Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us today. Upon assuming office on January 1st of 2017, my staff and I outlined a number of immediate priorities and tasks. Among them was a comprehensive review of the voluminous case file on the matter of State versus Burrell Ellis Jr. To briefly recap, this case was first indicted on June 18, 2003. The original indictment was null-prossed and re-indicted on January 16 of 2014. Following a month-and-a-half-long jury trial, the case resulted in a mistrial. The case was tried a second time in June of 2015 and resulted in convictions on 1 count of criminal attempt to commit theft by extortion and 3 counts of perjury. The defendant was acquitted of 3 counts of criminal attempt to commit theft by extortion, 1 count of theft by extortion, and 1 count of bribery. The defendant was subsequently sentenced to 5 years to serve, 18 months in confinement with the remainder on probation. He ultimately served 8 months in custody from June 1st of 2015 through March the 1st of 2016. On November 30th of 2016, following the defendant's appeal, the Georgia Supreme Court reversed the conviction of Burrell Ellis while holding that there was sufficient evidence to convict the defendant. After an extensive review of the facts and the evidence in this case, the District Attorney's Office has elected not to proceed with a third prosecution. This morning, our office presented an order to the Honorable Courtney Johnson to null-pros the matter of State versus Burrell Ellis Jr. Judge Johnson has granted and signed that order, effectively closing the case. Our decision has not been made lightly. After 4 years, 2 trials, countless number of man-hours, and financial resources, in the interest of judicial economy and the potential costs to the citizens of DeKalb County, we believe it is time to close this chapter and move forward. I look forward to connecting with you in the coming months to share details of our progress on other cases and initiatives. I will open the floor to a few questions now.
Yes, if you could tell us a little bit about the cost. You had mentioned the overall cost with, trying this case in the past, and I don't know if the county is considering back pay as well. What can you tell us about the total amount of money invested thus far in trying him, and maybe the money they'll have to pay for back pay potentially?
Well, I can't speak to back pay because that's separate and aside from any criminal prosecution, but what I can say is this. While we can't specify a specific amount of money that was spent in the previous 2 prosecutions, anytime you have a trial of this magnitude that lasts weeks and or months, as this did over several times, is a lot of use of manpower, hours for investigators, for lawyers, for attorneys, for trial prep. So we do know that this type of trial, no matter what it is very costly.
And is it hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars, any idea?
I can't put a number on it, but I can say that I think it's safe to say that it would be in the hundreds of thousands.
Okay.
Since Mr. Ellis did serve 8 months in prison and went through 2 trials, I understand the point about judicial economy, but do you feel like justice has been adequately served in this case by the defendant?
I do. I think at this point, I think we have to evaluate what more the state could get in this case. And considering that Mr. Ellis did serve the jail time that he was sentenced to in this matter and released, we have to examine what more there would be to gain in pursuit of a third prosecution.
Have you notified Mr. Ellis? Is he aware?
We were in contact with Mr. Ellis's attorneys this morning, and they were aware of the order that was being submitted and presented to the court, and they had no objections to that order being presented to the court.
Any other response from his attorneys?
No.
So can it be brought back up again? I mean, it's done?
No, this case is closed. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.